Welcome to the weekly music news with Mr. Morrison. This is the rock and roll weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. This is episode number 2 for August the 16th of 2024. A lot of news this week, which includes news from Pop Evil, Speed Demon, Green Day, Jane's Addiction, Wasp, um, of course, Journey, and much more as well. So let's just get into it all. Pop Evil have just released a brand new single called What Remains. Not my cup of tea, but it's out there. It's a new single. You can get a digital download. Mindless Sinner just released a new single called Speed Demon, which I really do enjoy. And it's coming from their upcoming album Metal Merchants, which is coming out on October 25th of 2024 via High Roller Records. And exactly 2 decades ago, could it be longer than that? It happened in 1994, so it was like 30 years ago, but still. Green Day forever changed punk rock and popular culture with their magnum opus of their conceptual album American Idiot. Okay, it actually is. I do apologize on this one because, like I said, I'm not really into Green Day myself. I'm thinking of Dookie being out 30 years. This album came out in around 2020. I don't know if it was 2025, 2005 it came out, but all right, they're gonna proudly present the definitive American Idiot 20th Century Anniversary Deluxe Edition on October 25th of 2024, and it's going to be some limited edition super box sets available in 8 LP vinyl and 4 CD compilations. Very interesting. You can check the Green Day website out for more information. Also, Jane's Addiction's guitarist Dave Navarro was asked about the possibility of a new full-length album from the reunited classic lineup of the band. He said that's more than likely going to happen. He says they recorded material for at least one more album. And Journey now, their ongoing internal issues aren't just limited to the American Express cards. Apparently, Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean are even arguing over who should play drums. Apparently, Dean Castronovo missed their show in Toronto on August the 2nd for unexplained reasons. His tech, Steve Toomey, filled in due to a family incident. He returned a few days later when the band was playing at Citi Field at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. And then August 7th, he was at the drums again at the Citi Field event. And lawyers mentioned the substitution was laying out a range of disagreements during the initial hearing in the Delaware court after Kane's most recent lawsuit. It is getting out of control with what Journey's doing, fighting in the public. Honestly, I don't think the fans give a shit. They want to hear music, but what can you do? And Golden Robot Records has a couple of releases that are out now. Finally, on CD and vinyl, the second Rally's LA Guns album, The Dark Horse. Also from Ed Clayton Jones, something called The Interloper. And the Mary Tyler Who's, yes, that's their name of the band, it's a punk rock band, released a new single called American Sex Fiend. And this is off their debut album, As Filthy as We Wanna Be. I do believe it's out already. Now, Chris Holmes was asked about how he felt about Blackie Lawson bucking on a tour to celebrate the 40th anniversary in its entirety. He said more power to it. That's how he felt about it. And speaking of Wasp, Death Angel has dropped off the tour to support Wasp. And now apparently Armand Saint has replaced them on the bill. Was the North American tour that was up and coming. Now there's a new band called Cassandra's Crossing, which does feature Dokken guitarist George Lynch, you know him from the Lynch Mob as well, and powerhouse singer Cassandra Carson. They um, have a single out now called "Stranger." You can check out my review on the song. I think the song is pretty good. It is off their upcoming album "Garden of Earthly Delights," which comes out October 25th via Frontiers Records. But you know, how many records is George Lynch gonna release from a year or so? He's gonna release so many damn freaking records, and of course, coming on Frontiers Records, they must pay him good to do all that shit. Swedish Rockers Eclipse will have their 10th studio album coming out called Megalomanium 2 on Frontiers Music on September 20th of 2024. Also, a hair metal band from the 80s, Bad Attitude, their album Right From the Start, is now available, and it features tracks from 1988 to 1991. It's available via FNA Records. Also, Anthrax guitarist Scott Ian, his father Herbert Rosenfeld, passed away at 83 years old. Condolences to Scott Ian. Also, more news on Chris Holmes. Apparently, he's going to be playing songs from the Wasps' London Lyceum set during his tour of Scandinavia. Everybody remembers that video? It had "On Your Knees," "The Flame," "Hellion," "Love Machine," "Sleeping in the Fire," "Torment," "The School Days," "The Torture Never Stops," "I Want to Be Somebody," as well as "Animal," "I Fuck Like a Beast." Southern rocker icons Van Zandt have reunited. They just released a brand new single called "Jesus Christ," and that's available via digital download, courtesy of Frontiers Records. Also, Deep Purple just kicked off their tour in the United States, and they are now performing "Knock It at Your Back Door," which doesn't make any freaking sense. I think Yes is on the same tour, and they're not even doing "Order of a Lonely Heart." You can't make this shit up. Also, German rockers Jade Hart have just released a brand new song, which is going to be on an EP called "Intuition," and the video is for the title track off of that, which is coming out September 27, 2024 via Massacre Records. Pioneer Christian metalers Striper just released a brand new single video for the song "When We Were Kings," and that's the title track of their upcoming album called "When We Were Kings," which is being released September 13th, or Friday the 13th, of course, via Frontiers Records. The produced video was from Gavin Holmes. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else out to subscribe. We thank you very much for your continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. I do appreciate everybody loving and supporting the news every week now on the Sean Morrison YouTube channel with weekly music news with Mr. Morrison. And also, sadly, we had some deaths. A couple of people did pass away, all on August 15th of 2024. Greg Kinn, you might remember him singing the breakup song "And I Lost on Jeopardy." He passed away on August 13th. It was announced on August 15th of Alzheimer's disease. He was 75 years old. You might remember Peter Marshall, a legendary game show host. He was 98. He's best known for hosting the Hollywood Squares. There was many other game shows that he hosted throughout his career, and also former lead vocalist of Great White, Jack Russell, passed away at the age of 63. Very sad news to hear that all three of those men have passed away. So, friends, I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Weekly Music News with Mr. Morrison, episode number 2 for August the 16th of 2024. Leave your comments here after the video. Thank you once again, friends. Shame, shame, shame